Hello and welcome to these 4 quick editing tips inside of Final Cut Pro 10. So these are 4 fairly basic little tips and tricks, but they're really helpful, especially if you're just getting started editing in this software. I know there are things that I really wish I'd known when I first got started, and yeah, so let's jump right in. So the first thing I want to kind of go over is a thing called compound clips. And I'll give you an example right here. I've got this little, edit sort of thrown together, and you can see there are a couple of cuts, and, it's a pretty basic edit. There's no color grading done. We've got some text up top. But, say for instance, you've got a lot more cuts than this. There's only 2 cuts in here, or whatever. You've got a lot of stuff going on, and you want to kind of condense things, or you want to apply a color grade over the whole thing. Maybe you've gone through and done all the cuts, and you're like, oh shoot, now I need to grade them all, but they're already cut, and you don't want to go through one at a time. So what you can do is you can actually come down here and you can just select everything in your timeline and right click on it, and then come up here to where it says new compound clip. Click on that, come up here, say okay, rename it, whatever you want. And then what this is going to do is it's going to compress everything and kind of just contain everything within this one clip. So then what you can do is you can double click and you jump in, and you can see you still have all of your individual pieces in here. You can edit everything, but then if you hit this little back arrow, you can come back out into your main timeline, and you've just got one. So now, you can come up here, and you can go into your color panel, and you can, for instance, just as one example, you can color grade, and maybe just give things more saturation or whatever, and that'll apply it across everything, because it's one shot now, opposed to all those separate pieces. So that's, compound clips can be really, really helpful in a lot of different situations. So the next quick thing I want to go over is copy pasting effects. Now this can be really helpful. For instance, in here, say you've gone in, and again, just as an example, you've applied, a bit of a color grade to this shot, and now you like that look, but you want to now apply it to these, and you want it to match perfectly, opposed to going in and trying to match it. So what you do is you just hit Command Copy with this clip selected that you want to copy from. You go over to another clip, you hit Shift Command V, which opposed to just Command V, which is paste. You add the shift in there, and now as you can see, you can come in here and you can select anything that you want to copy and paste across to this new shot. So you can select, like for here, I just want the color board, and you hit paste, and then that pastes the exact changes across to that one, and that can be done for any number of changes from one clip to another. So the third thing that I want to cover is saving custom effect presets, and this is a really helpful one, because you can see if you come down here to this little panel, there's all the preset ones like your black and white and all your your colors and your blurs and all that stuff. But what you can actually do is you can make your own versions of these with your own combination of effects. So this is really helpful if you're doing like a big project and you've got a lot of say color and audio changes, but you want it to all be the same across the whole project and all the clips. Then instead of copy pasting slowly, you can save it as an effect preset and then just apply that effect across all of your clips. So the way you can do that is if you come and select the clip that you want to copy all the effects from, you come in here, and I've just applied some basic color to this one, but it can be audio and everything. You come down here to the bottom right and you can hit Save Effects Preset, and then you can come in here and you've got a lot of options. So you can choose what you individually want to save about it. So I want the color, I can have the transform, but I can even choose individually what parts of that I want to keep. And then you can give it a name, and then the cool part is that you can make your own custom category for them. So I have customs created, or you can make a new category, customs 2, and then hit create, and then you can save that as its own custom preset. And then when you come into here to where all of your things live, you've got customs 2 and your custom preset, which you can then drag out and apply to any or all of the clips that you need. And so the last tip that I want to share right now is called snapping, and this is kind of one of like those, it's sort of a hidden but amazingly useful tool that not a lot of people just starting out are going to know about. I know I didn't, and I really wish that I did, because it's just really helpful. So snapping, essentially, you can see all the edges of your clips here. And what snapping will do is, instead of like, if you were to stack something and you're moving it, you see you can't really line it up perfectly. You can kind of guess and get it close, but you never really know if it's perfectly lined up. And a really good example of this would be with text. Like over here, you can see that this piece of text is lined up perfectly with the end of this first shot. And the way that you can do that is if, you have, this is back here, you just drop it on there and it's shorter. So what you do is you hit the N key, and that enables snapping. And you'll see right away when you get near the edge of a clip, you'll get this little yellow bar, and it sort of magnetizes right to the end and the beginning of clips in your timeline. And so what that lets you do is now if you drag this out, you'll see it just pops right to there without you having to really do much but get within the vicinity. And now that is perfectly lined up to the end of that shot. And so that's just the N key. You hit that, it enables it. You hit it again, it'll disable it. And that's just really helpful in a number of situations. So thank you so much for watching this. Please do subscribe down below if you would like to keep up with these. I'm definitely going to keep doing more of these with little tips and tricks, or going over specific things within Final Cut or iMovie or Premiere. And I'm just aiming to help out anyone getting started with editing, or trying to get into it a little bit more. There's a lot of hidden stuff, and I've been working in Final Cut for a long time, so I'm looking forward to digging into that and sharing some ideas and some thoughts. So subscribe if you want to stick around for that, and turn on notifications so you know when the new videos go up. And thank you for watching.